Hello students, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to study poem written by George Herbert, and the title of the poem is The Pulley. The Pulley by George Herbert is a religious metaphysical poem which centers on the pulley as a prime conceit in the poem. The poem exhibits a strange but two-way relationship between God and his worshippers. So before we begin line-wise explanation of the poem, let's know little more about the poet George Herbert. George Herbert was born in 1593 and he passed away in 1633. He was a Welsh poet. He was known for metaphysical poems. Metaphysical poems means those poems which are actually talking about, or they are talking beyond physical words. He was a priest by profession, and being a priest by profession, many of his poems are religious. So let us begin with the poem The Pulley. The first stanza is: When God at first made man, having a glass of blessings standing by, let us, said he, pour on him all we can. Let the words riches which dispersed lie contract into a span. See what is now said in the very first stanza. When God at first made man. We know that our creator is God and we are his creation. And through this poem, he is telling us what he is thinking about his creation, that is we human beings. So in first line he says, when he first made man, it means when God made us. At that time when he was making his creation, when he was crafting human beings, he had a glass of blessings standing by him. He had a glass of blessings near to him. And this glass of blessings, it means a glass that contains different kinds of qualities. And that glass was beside him. And while crafting human beings, he said this to himself. Let us, said he, pour on him all we can. He decided to pour everything that he could from that glass of blessings. Let the words riches. Now what that glass of blessings contained, what it had in it. It had words riches. Riches, it means, it is highlighted here and the meaning is given down. It means wealth and bounties. Whatever wealth, whatever is in bounty, he wanted to pour it, he wanted to confer, give it to his creation. Which dispersed lie. Dispersed means scattered, and which is scattered. Whatever words riches are scattered everywhere, he collected. Contract here, it means he collected and he wanted to give it to his human beings, that is his creation. And let's see now the second stanza. So strength first made way. Now this glass of blessing had these things in it. The first thing that was poured on human beings by God was strength. God has given us strength. Then beauty followed. Then there came beauty. Beauty was given to human beings. Then wisdom. Then he had given wisdom. He had given intellect to human beings. He had given honor then, and even pleasure. Happiness also God has given to us. And when almost all was out, God made a stay. When he crafted human being, he started pouring, he started emptying his glass of blessing. And when he was almost done of giving those blessings to human beings, all of a sudden he made a stay. He made a stay, it means what? He stopped over there. And then, perceiving that alone of all his treasures rest in the bottom lay. He had noticed, perceiving, it means he noticed, and he became conscious of. He realized that his glass of blessing is almost empty. It had come to the bottom now. But still, the last thing that was there at the bottom of the glass was treasure. Rest in the bottom lay. Rest in the bottom lay, it means what was at the bottom of the glass? Rest. Rest means satisfaction. The very important quality that makes our life happy is satisfaction. So what rest? Rest word is used here in two ways. One rest is What is remaining? And rest, it another meaning of the word rest, it means satisfaction. So rest in the bottom lay. Let's begin with the next stanza now. For if I should, said he, bestow this jewel also on my creature, he would adore my gifts instead of me, and rest in nature, not the God of nature. So both should losers be. So God thought, in third stanza it is given, God thought, if I should bestow it means to give, bestow means to confer, offer. This jewel it means, now what is referred as a jewel? Rest, satisfaction is referred as jewel here. It is very precious, valuable thing. Bestow this jewel also on my creature. He said, if I give this jewel to my creature, then what will happen? He would adore it means he will love it very much. Human beings will love this, human beings will appreciate this gift of mine. He would adore my gifts instead of me. But what will happen? Human beings will appreciate the gifts that I have given, but they may not appreciate the one who had given those gifts to them. So God has this hesitation. He feels a kind of a sense of insecurity. If he gives rest, if he gives peace, satisfaction to his creature, then obviously human beings, we may forget God for having given all those things. And somewhere he doesn't like this. He wants that human beings should always think of God. They should worship him and they should remember him. So he says, he would adore my gifts instead of me and rest in nature, not the God of nature. So he will just relax over there. He would not find it very easy to remember me. And hence, I have to do something. Otherwise, we both would be losers, because ultimately, human beings are created by God. And so, God wants that his creation should return to him. Let's begin the next stanza. Yet, let him keep the rest, but keep them with remaining restlessness. Then he decided that rest should not be given to him. Peace, satisfaction should not be given to him. I must behold that, I must hold that thing. I should not give it to human beings. Let him be rich and weary, that at last, if goodness lead him not, yet weariness may toss him to my breast. So God decided that He would give him everything. He will give his creation whatever they want, luxuries, and then richness, everything that he deserves and that he wants. But the rest, satisfaction, should not be given to him. Why? How it will benefit God? He says that let him be rich and weary. Weary means what? It means very tired. If we have everything, if we own any kind of luxurious things, still if we do not have satisfaction, we are not happy. So ultimately we are willing to have peace, satisfaction in life. And whatever physical things, whatever materialistic things we own, they do not give us satisfaction every time. And the real satisfaction, the real rest, the real peace, that we can experience only when we are in the company of God. And so God decided to keep human beings rich also, but at the same time very tired also. Now why he decided to do so? Because he thought that if human beings, if their goodness is not leading them towards God, then definitely in weariness, when they are tired, when they are dissatisfied, at that time they may toss him to my breast. It means at least at that time human beings will think of me, they will worship me, they will remember me, and they may toss him to my breast. It means it will bring him close to God. This dissatisfaction will ultimately lead human beings in the company of God, and that's what poet wants actually to suggest through this poem, The Pulley. Here the metaphor pulley is a scientific thing. At the same time, it is associated with such a very far-fetched conceit which is related to religion or which is related to spirituality. I hope you like this explanation. If you like it, hit the like button, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.